up on Mountain News this morning, I'm Marianne Fletcher in Prestonsburg, and I'll kick off our live coverage of Power Up the Pantry.
And a custodian at a local school is charged with criminal abuse. The details of the arrest citation are disturbing. We will tell you those details. And the family of a missing boy is devastated, and the hopes of so many people across the nation have been crushed after DNA tests came back. We have the results.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good Friday morning. It is 6 o'clock on April the 5th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Well, if you're getting ready to head out the door, you're going to want your umbrella, rain boots, and maybe a rain jacket for the first part of the day. The latter part should be okay. Let's bring in Brandon this morning to give you a better rundown of what to expect on this Friday. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, and things are looking a bit on the soggy side as you head out the door this morning, as you mentioned. So let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar, get you caught up, and you can see anywhere where there's darker greens and those yellows, that's heavier bands of rain. So just kind of keep that in mind. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s, so still pretty mild this morning. Just that rain to contend with. The out the door forecast. I do think the deeper the day we get, we'll see temperatures warm, and we'll see that rain become more scattered. The full forecast on the way here in just a few minutes. Will.
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, food pantries, they're an important part of a lot of people's lives, helping those in need from going hungry or providing other items that are used every day. WYMT is proud to partner up with several other businesses, colleges, and local governments for the Power Up the Pantry initiative. 2 locations just opened up minutes ago for you to help out by donating food, baby supplies, or even money. One of those is at the Big Sandy Community and Technical College campus in Prestonsburg. That's where we find WYMT's Marianne Fletcher this morning. She joins us live with more on what this event is all about and how you can help. Marianne, good morning.
Morning, everyone. I'm here in Prestonsburg on the Big Sandy campus. Now, I'm here joined with Bob Shirtliff from AEP. Now, Bob, tell me a little bit about this.
Well, Power Up the Pantry is an effort to replenish the God's Pantry's product that they distribute out, and we partner with City of Prestonsburg, with you all, with Anthem, with ARH, and many others to start getting food items donated back, as well as monetary donations that God's Pantry can go out and replenish their stock after a winter season.
Awesome, awesome. So what kind of items are you guys accepting?
Any of the non-perishables, household supplies that can be reused and distributed and kept in the warehouse and then sent back out to the communities.
Are you guys accepting any monetary donations, money?
Absolutely. They've got the power of purchasing in quantity, so that makes it a lot easier. And in fact, that's what I've got a couple checks over here today that we'll give out that they can use and use their purchasing power and get more product than actually what we can donate on our own from our employees.
Thank you so much, Bob. Now, I'll be back here all morning long giving you updates here at Power and Pantry in Prestonsburg. I'll send it back to you, Will, in the studio. Thank you guys so much.
All righty, Marianne. Thank you. We'll be back with you. Now, we continue to follow the investigation into a death in Floyd County. Troopers tell WYMT they discovered a body during a search at a home in the Wayland community around 4 yesterday afternoon. We were told the body was found in a shallow grave in the backyard. Right now, police are not saying if they suspect foul play. The body will be taken to the medical examiner's office in Frankfort for identification and to determine the cause of death. Meanwhile, community members and victims' loved ones still in mourning after 4 people were killed this week in North Dakota. Police taking a suspect into custody Thursday. They arrested Chad Isaac and charged him with killing 4 people at RJR Maintenance and Management. Police found the bodies of 3 men and 1 woman Monday morning. Police say investigators used surveillance video of the crime scene to identify the suspect's vehicle and track it down.
McLean County deputies conducted a traffic stop on the suspect vehicle and detained Isaac while a search warrant was executed on the vehicle.
Police said they had not yet determined a motive. Two of the victims were husband and wife. William and Lois Cobb's children now left to mourn with no answers as to what motivated the crime. A custodian at a local school is charged with criminal abuse. The details of the arrest citation some may find disturbing. Police say Rose Arnett allegedly beat a young boy in her home and locked him in his room, making him use a coffee can to relieve himself. We are not sure of the relationship between the two. People who know Arnett say they are shocked this happened.
Not one time I've never seen her grab one of the youngins in the wrong way. I've never heard of her holler at the youngins in the wrong way. Like I said, it's a big shock to everybody up in here. I mean, nobody would have never expected that.
Arnett is facing a first-degree criminal abuse charge for a child under 12. She will be in court for a preliminary hearing next Monday, April the 8th. Well, Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 was almost doomed from the start. According to the preliminary crash report, the crew recognized the warnings and followed the emergency procedures recommended by Boeing to keep the plane in the air. But Boeing's 737 MAX 8 automated systems overwhelmed the pilot's manual maneuvers. After a terrifying 6-minute ride, shooting up and plummeting down, the plane crashed, killing everyone on board.
Let's not forget, there are human beings in the cockpit. You don't just simply trigger to a conclusion. It takes time to process.
The tragedy, according to investigators, mirrored what happened less than 6 months earlier when Lion Air operating the same model plane fell from the sky. The two disasters killed more than 300 people combined. All nuclear material is safe and site personnel are returning to normal operations after authorities with the Y-12 National Security Complex in Oak Ridge said an incident occurred Thursday morning. According to initial reports, the incident occurred at 7:52 a.m. Thursday morning after sensors indicated a potential release of hydrogen fluoride within a processing enclosure. No injuries were reported and evacuees were relocated to another building. Well, President Trump heads to Calexico, California today to visit a remodeled section of an existing border fence that was built during the Vietnam War. Yesterday, he retreated from his threat to shut down the U.S.-Mexico border to stop illegal immigration. But as CBS's Laura Podesta reports, he has a new economic warning.
President Trump is backing away from his threat to immediately close the U.S.-Mexico border.
We're going to give him a 1-year warning, and if the drugs don't stop or largely stop, we're going to put tariffs on Mexico and products, in particular cars. The whole ball game is cars.
It's a quick turnaround from just last week.
So there's a very good likelihood that I'll be closing the border next week.
When he demanded Mexico stop all illegal immigration to the U.S.
We'll keep it closed for a long time. I'm not playing games.
The change of strategy is welcome news to even members of his own party.
It would cause as much damage to the U.S. economy as it would to the Mexican economy.
Though implementing auto tariffs would cause its own economic headache for American businesses. And it does nothing to stop the current flow of migrants across the border. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Well, plans to restore the fence at Calexico that President Trump will be visiting today began in 2009 during the Obama administration. A plaque with President Trump's name and other immigration officials will be placed on it. The family of a missing boy is devastated this morning, and the hopes of so many people across the nation have been crushed after DNA tests found that a man's story claiming to be Timothy Pitson missing from Illinois turned out to be a hoax. Timothy's family is reliving their worst nightmare all over again.
It's kind of back to ground zero for us. You know, kind of reliving everything that did happen and renewing the loss one more time.
Kentucky police say the man is actually 23-year-old Brian Michael Reaney of Medina, Ohio, and that he has a previous arrest record. Pitson's family and their tight-knit community, who have been hoping and praying for answers for nearly 8 years, say they're not giving up. Police are still searching for a Breathitt County woman who disappeared in February of 2017. Yesterday was Debbie La Sierra's 60th birthday, another one spent away from family. Her daughter, Annie, says her mom made a phone call at a neighbor's house. She walked home and was never seen again. Troopers say no new information has led to a break in the case, and though it's hard to remain positive, her daughter says she's holding on to hope.
I want her to wrap her arms around me and tell me that everything's all fine, she's home. And I haven't got that yet, but I still have hope.
If you have any information on Demi Lazara's whereabouts, call Kentucky State Police Post 13 in Hazard at 606-435-6069.
Rain gear needed for this morning. Hopefully by lunchtime you'll be able to put it away. Let's take a look at the last 6 hours on the satellite radar loop, and you can see lots of rain in the overnight hours, some good sleeping weather, but if you're getting up and getting moving this morning, take it slow. Some visibility issues and some water on those roads. Live pinpoint Doppler radar, still a lot of yellow and dark green showing up, indicating those heavier bands of rain. 40s and 50s this morning. 46 in Wise is the cool spot. 54 in Logan is the warm spot this morning. The Appcast as we head through the daytime hours. Remember, you can download that app for free on both your Android and iOS systems. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies after the rain starts to end, but scattered showers will be around all the way to the evening hours. 68 a daytime high. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, we will tell you about a man who is being honored by the Kentucky Oil and Gas Association and by Senator McConnell's office.
Extravagant food is all the buzz on Instagram. I'm Hillary Lane with more on how social media is transforming the restaurant industry.